Gatsby is entranced with Daisy, the name of a flower from the Siren's meadow. He cannot resist the call of Daisy, which equates to the call of ambition, wealth and success. She leads him, a lone sailor away from his true potential towards his own destruction. The tragic hero must meet his fate. Daisy resides in the most alluring setting in all of New York. The elite live here, a secret society that keeps itself cut off from the rest of the world, separating and defining themselves with their own discrete rules and social codes. Gatsby understands that this is part of the appeal of Daisy's voice. As well as its cadence of wealth, it also effuses something akin to exclusivity and even nobility. She embodies the American dream that is impossible to achieve for someone like Gatsby because he has not been born into the American aristocracy like Daisy or Tom. Just as Gatsby is destined to be the doomed hero who smashes up against the rocks, so too Daisy's destiny is preordained, because she is the debutante daughter whose primary role in life is to be a beautiful little fool, to entertain and be entertained, along with the other 100 pairs of golden and silver slippers, the wealthy girls whose dancing shoes shuffled the shining dust of the American dream. It is an artificial world, full of discreet whispers and careful coded behaviour. Gatsby is entranced. After he and Daisy meet, it is not too long before he feels the sting of abandonment when she gives up on him and marries Tom. Nick's visit to the Buchanan mansion at the beginning of the novel conjures up images of a boat with gleaming white sails. The blood-coloured rug foreshadows Gatsby's impending doom, while the wedding cake metaphor solidifies her relationship with her husband. Interrupting Nick, who finds himself immersed in the sights and sounds of sailing that are evoked in the room around him, Tom asserts his dominance and steers the ship. Meanwhile, Gatsby has evolved into the image of a self-made man in his pursuit of her. He is just across the bay, so close that he can feel the powerful magic of her siren's call. His home of blue gardens is, by day, a place to play and lounge in the water that separates him from her. By night, music floats around above the water of the sound like harmony, liquid and fish convening together. He has achieved what others can only dream of, but it is not enough for Gatsby. He yearns for the green light at the end of the boat dock. Acceptance by the siren across the water confirms his acceptance into the secret society of the elite and recognition of an equal footing with Daisy and her ilk. The moment arrives when Daisy and Gatsby reunite at Nick's house. As she arrives and is greeted by Nick in the pouring rain, her voice is described as if it has magical properties. A fishing boat is hinted at, as if she has just arrived from the Siren's Island, ready to lure Gatsby into her net. Gatsby is the crazy fish, as Tom calls him, who is baited and hooked by Daisy. She pulls him closer to her. He who has an extraordinary gift for hope. He who believes in the impossible dream. He has come too far and dreamed too long. Now his dream is possessive and obsessive. They are happy for a time together, but Fitzgerald's foreshadowing makes it clear that Gatsby is destined to drown as he is enticed towards Daisy and her artificial world. After Gatsby's defeat in the Plaza Hotel suite, the dream is over and the nightmare begins. The journey home ignites the tragic events and puts Gatsby in a perilous position, and yet he refuses to leave despite Nick's best advice. Tom steers the ship now, and he leads George Wilson to Gatsby, while Daisy vanishes in order for them to protect themselves. It is only Gatsby who turned out all right at the end. Rather than selfishly thinking of himself, he thinks only of Daisy, his siren, and destiny dictates that he should die in the water. Daisy enchanted a poor boy, and not only that, because of his heroic qualities, she fell in love with him. When she received word from Gatsby that he had returned, she threw away her pearls and told her family that the marriage to Tom was off. However, this union of rich and poor is taboo. Gatsby had found himself in Daisy's house by a colossal accident. Their union defies the establishment's code, so Daisy's family take control and smooth things over with Daisy to make sure she marries Tom. A holocaust in Greek means an animal sacrifice that is given to appease the spirits of the underworld. In The Great Gatsby, Tom represents Hades with his arrogance and cruelty. 3 years later in the hotel, Tom takes back final control. He ensures that the status quo of the American establishment is not put at risk. 3 deaths occur so that the circle of the secret society can remain firmly closed. Because of his desperate attempt to fit into the world of the wealthy, Jay Gatsby fits perfectly into Aristotle's model of a tragic hero. You can find out here more about how Fitzgerald uses this model to enhance the plot, character and themes of the novel.